welcome to another special edition of Wine Hops and Road Stops. It is our Halloween special. We are dressed up. You can tell we don't have a theme really because we're always late doing stuff and do stuff at the last minute. But I've decided this is post-apocalyptic mad scientist because when you put goggles on anything and dirty yourself up, you either become steampunk or post-apocalyptic. So that's my Halloween costume. I hope you love it. And of course, next to me I have Peg Bundy. Or, one of her old neighbors in Jersey.
Could be either or.
Now, you did tell me about your costume a little bit. There are parts of your costume that are authentic 1980s, correct?
Yes.
What?
My earrings came from the 1987 hair show at the Javits Convention Center. I was 11 and I bought them.
And they are beautiful. And I love the
they
hair.
They are authentic.
Yes. You gotta do the Peg Bundy.
Ow.
Yeah. I should have dressed up like a salesman, but I could just be sitting on the couch with my hand down my pants. But
I don't think that would make for a good show.
No, it wouldn't. So here we go. We're gonna start the show off. So welcome everybody. You know what we do here: talk about great wine, great beer, and good food. And we have a great episode lined up for you guys, filled with all that stuff. Like what we do, and you want to talk to us, facebook.com/winehops-and-roadstops is the easiest way to do that. And of course, check out our sponsor, Schuylkill.org, which is the Schuylkill County Visitors Bureau. They have a wonderful ale trail, pour tour like they call it. And we're going to talk a little bit about that tonight and some places that you can stop. One big place we're going to talk about, the big guy. But before we get there, let's talk about our big guy. Let's talk about Light Seltzer, because everyone loves seltzer. I don't really like it that much, but this is interesting anyway. So here's our booze news. Light Seltzer's Ugly Sweater Holiday Pack is returning, and does they have 3 new flavors? Hitting the shelves November 1st, Bud Light is introducing 3 flavors to the lineup for its second run. Now these actually sound interesting. Sugar Plum, Cherry Cordial, and this one, Seltzer Nog. I don't know what that is. I'm a little afraid. And of course, classic cranberry will be making a return. Limited edition flavors will have, they'll be arriving in 12 packs and 12-ounce cans. Like most Bud Light seltzers, they'll clock in at 100 calories and 5% ABV. You interested?
Yeah, sure. I'll try it.
Yeah. Should we get the Seltzer Nog on and try it?
Well, you have to try it.
Is it like going to be eggnog but seltzery?
I have no idea.
Ooh, yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, it's called Seltzer Nog, so I guess maybe. I don't know, it's weird.
It could be the best thing you've ever had. I don't even know.
I doubt that. Now, here's a really cool thing. This next one is really cool. Found about this today. British man claims new pub crawl record. 51 bars in 24 hours. Matt Ellis, he set out on a mission last weekend to set a world record for the most pubs visited in 24 hours. Ellis has achieved his goal, drinking at 51 bars throughout Sunday night and into the next day. Ellis visited 10 different pubs within the first hour. He was joined by an official witness, and he had to consume at least 125 milliliters of any drink at each stop to qualify as a pub visit. Now, since drinking alcohol nonstop for 24 hours can be dangerous, Ellis mostly drank orange juice and Diet Cola throughout the night. But he still gets the record, I guess, right?
I guess he does. But
yeah.
I think orange juice and Diet Cola would be dangerous for me because that bother you after a while.
Be gurgly. Oh, imagine the heartburn. Oh. Yeah, I couldn't do it. I'll tell you right now, I couldn't do it. I couldn't. I can't do pub runs anymore like that. I can't. I'm too old. I'm an old man now. I'm an old man who's now a apocalyptic survivor with his goggles. We do get people emailing us almost every show, talking about different styles of beers. Some styles we don't touch on. Like the last episode, someone was like, well, why don't you talk more about stouts and that, blah, blah, blah. Well, I figure I'm going to go out onto the internet and I'm going to search some really strange styles out. So we're going to talk about some odd styles of beer that we really haven't talked about much here. This first one's really interesting. The Blonde Stout. It's full of all the flavors you expect from a dark stout, but with the color and appearance of a blonde ale. Now, I've seen this by a couple local and regional breweries in Pennsylvania. They're starting to brew what's called a golden stout or a blonde stout. I haven't tried any yet. Have you?
I don't think so.
we got to get one on the show. I got to find one and get one on the show maybe for next episode because I'm really interested. It says like, you're going to get all the flavor of that stout, but it's going to be like a blonde ale kind of, at least the appearance of it. I'm just assuming it's going to be a little bit lighter.
That's going to mess you up. It's going to mess with your head.
Probably. Next style is the Bragot. Now, I think we did one of these a long time ago. It's, mead comes from honey. Beer comes from grain. If you mix the two together, you have Bragot with the sweetness of mead with the grainy maltiness of an ale. And this is like usually like a bigger beer. Like an ABV is usually like 8 to 10 ABV, so it's a little bit bigger. I think we had one of these on the show. I want to go and say it was when we were doing the meads from one that meadery. I don't remember who it was. We did an episode all about meads and stuff like that. But I'm also thinking it was even longer, but I could be wrong. Next up, we have the Stein beer. Now, this is pretty interesting. Now, early brew kettles were often made of wood, so achieving the temperatures necessary to make beer properly was almost impossible. So medieval breweries came up with a clever workaround, throwing scorching hot chunks of granite directly into the liquid wort. So Stein in German, I believe, means stone. So any beer that has like hot stones dropped in the wort is considered this style, Stein beer. There are a few that make them. I haven't tried a Stein beer. It's probably not much different. It's probably just something to brag about, that you have, really hot rocks in your beer. But I'll check it out. Yeah, sure. And finally, we have Gruit. That's how I'm going to pronounce it. Gruit?
Sure.
Gruit. Long before hops caught on, medieval Europeans flavored, preserved, and bittered their beer with a jumble of herbs and spices. With weird names like mugwort and whorehound. So basically, it's any beer that's been brewed with something else besides hops. Like mugwort. It sounds like something from Harry Potter.
It does.
Harry Potter fans, rejoice. Got some mugwort beer. Yeah. Well, that's about it. That's about it for this segment. Don't go away. We'll be back with more Wine Hops and Road Stops, and we're going to sample some beer, and we're going to sample some wine. Some wine was delivered to us by none other than Pierogi Joe himself, so don't go away. There's more coming up right after this. Welcome back to the Halloween edition of Wine Hops and Road Stops. We're going to talk about some fall wine and some pumpkin and coffee beers, I believe we have. It's the right time of year for that. You want to talk to us? Facebook.com/WineHops and Road Stops. Check us out on YouTube and WineHopsandRoadstops.com. So let's talk about where we got this bottle of wine from. This is Boyd's Cardinal Hull Winery. Now, we had them on the show a while ago. How did we get this?
This was a gift.
Yeah, it was. I want to thank Pierogi Joe Stanevich. We all know Pierogi Joe. Yeah. Best pierogies around. He called me up the one day. He's like, you got to get these guys on your show. And I'm like, Joe, I already beat you to it. They were on in the second season, way back when. We went down to Boyd's Cardinal Hull Winery in Lansdale. They had 30 varieties of wine. We tried them all. White to red. And they had a jalapeno wine. They had a whiskey mead, and they had a tequila wine. If you remember the tequila wine, I brought a bottle home, I think, for us, didn't I?
Yeah.
That was really, really good stuff. All of it was good, actually. But that tequila wine was my favorite. So, we're no stranger to the guys. So, Pierogi Joe was like, here's a bottle of wine. Talk about it. So, we're going to talk about it. Let's check this out. This is, we haven't tried it. This is the Nutty Sailor dessert wine. Contains hazelnuts, so it's probably going to be, nutty sailor. It's probably gonna have a hazelnut taste and stuff. So let's check it out. It says it's a very nice end to a meal.
Okay then.
So we're going to use our wonderful fall glasses. Look at that, they got the leaves on them and everything.
Oh yeah.
There we go. There you go, dear.
Thank you.
Yep. Hold by the stem. You don't want to really warm the wine up too much. That's what the guy told me. I don't want to grab it like this. You want to hold it like this. Okay? So let's try this out.
Okay. Ooh.
Yeah. I didn't expect that much like hazelnut flavor to it because it looked just like a normal red wine.
Yeah.
But this is like a perfect dessert wine. Oh, this is good. And we just had dinner, so.
Perfect after meatloaf wine, apparently.
Yeah, it's gone already.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that was actually another, great wine from Boyd's Cardinal Hollow Winery. And you could check them out, go see them, and tell them that we sent you. This was really, really good. So, I'll put that over there because I need to cleanse my palate after that one because we're going to hit some beers now. There was a lot of flavor to that, though. That's the thing, like...
very sweet.
I didn't expect it to have that much flavor. I mean, I took a big gulp of it. I was like, whoa!
Yeah,
It's a dessert wine. It's supposed to be sipped. We didn't sip it.
Savages.
Wow. I'm part of the wasteland now with my lab coat and my goggles. Remember, you put goggles on anything, it becomes automatically post-apocalyptic and steampunk right at the same time.
Well, after this past year, we were kind of hoping that's what we'd all be dressed like.
I know. I wanted to come out of quarantine looking like Lord Humongous, but I came out looking like this. All right, next up, we're going to start with regional brewery, Rusted Rail Brewing, Pumpkin Swirl. Now, look, I'm gonna be honest right now. We planned almost none of this, so I know nothing about this beer, actually. So let's crack it open, let's get some glasses, and let's try it. This is definitely first reaction. Sometimes we write down some notes if we had it before, but this is pretty much right out of the can here. We're going to try this stuff out. Okay. Don't know much about this. ABV 6.0, that's about it. The IBUs are 20, so it's not going to be really hoppy. This is a pumpkin spice, like a pumpkin roll ale it's supposed to be. So
yes.
Let's see what we got.
Yes, it definitely smells like it.
It smells like it, yeah. Some of these beers like to go towards the pumpkin pie. Some of these beers like to go just spice. This tastes a lot like pumpkin roll.
Yeah.
Like you got spice, you got pumpkin in it, you got like
that,
creamy taste to it.
Yeah, very good.
Very good. You're right. There's a nice creamy taste to it, which I didn't expect.
No. Very good though.
They're great what they do. I don't think I've had a bad beer by them. So, let's make short work of that, right? All right. Next up, we have one of my favorite brewing companies, Trogs. They've never let me down. This is Master of Pumpkins. I gotta say it like it's metal. Master of Pumpkins. It's pouring your beer. I can't sing no more. Metallica will sue me.
Right.
All right, let's see what we got here. Now this one, I don't know much about this one either, actually. Let's see. It is, it's a once a year beer. It's actually a wit beer. Has cinnamon, clove, ginger, nutmeg in it. It is 7.5 ABV. So it's a little bit bigger. Let's see what the master is like. There you go.
All those spices. This should be good.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, some of these beers like to be just spiced beers.
Yeah.
With little to do with pumpkin. And I think this is what that's going to be.
Oh boy.
Yeah. This is good. If you want a spiced wit beer, I'd point you to this one. This is really nice. Really nice. Even on the can, you know what I like about these cans? They have a lot of information on it. Even like what glass you should serve it in. And we're not serving it in the right glass. Like if you're gonna pour this whole can out, they want into like a chalice or like a snifter. Probably because it's a little bit higher ABV. But they also give another, a lot of more information like the yeast that it uses, the spices that are in it, the ABV, and a little descriptor on the back. So thank you, Trogs. Still haven't been there. They should invite us down, don't you think?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Now the last one I picked up today. And I just, on a whim, I just grabbed this one today. This is Coffee Talk by Port Brewing Company.
Coffee Talk.
Coffee Talk, there you go. What was that?
Knocking stuff down.
Stop knocking stuff down.
It's these sleeves, I can't open it.
Peg!
I'm gonna fly away.
Okay, this is 6.2 alcohol by volume. This is... I don't even know what this is, so let's just try it. We'll see if it tastes like coffee. How's that?
That's fine with me. I love coffee. Coffee all the time.
I can smell it already. There you go, there.
Nice and dark.
All right.
Yeah, that smells like coffee.
Ooh, yeah. It does.
Yeah, that tastes like coffee.
Oh, that's a coffee beer for you. I'm not much more to say about that. I mean, it tastes exactly like I thought it would. You know, it's like a coffee, like, porter, ale? What do we got here?
Yeah, but with nothing added to it. It's not a...
It's a coffee porter.
Yeah. Sometimes you get all those extra chocolates and
there's
things.
not.
It's just
coffee here.
yeah,
This one
yeah.
is not.
Which is, I think that's probably what they were going for, and yeah, that's what it is.
And if you listen to what we said last time, a lot of the chocolate notes come from being a stout, not a porter. Since this is a porter, you're gonna get less on the chocolate, more just on the coffee.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, very good. It goes down pretty easy too.
Yeah, this is good. Yeah. Good choice there, dear.
Thank you. Yeah, that was a blind choice today. I just kind of went and, needed one more beer for the show, so.
When you saw coffee, you thought of me.
I did. So, there's our beers and our wine for the show.
Oh, very good.
When we come back, we're going to go on a little road trip, virtual road trip this time. We're going to talk about what's on the Schuylkill County Pour Tour. The big stop on the Pour Tour we're going to talk about. Don't go away, there's more Wine Hops and Road Stops coming up right after this. Welcome back to Wine Hops and Road Stops, show on location deep within the bowels of the Latimer compound. After the apocalypse, we're still here. Me and Peg Bundy. All right, let's talk about the Schuylkill County Ale Trail. What do you think? Or like they call it, the Pour Tour.
Yes. Let's
talk about the big one. The big one, Yuengling Brewery. That's where we're going to stop today. It's America's oldest brewery. D.G. Yuengling and Son is the oldest operational brewing company in America, established in 1829. Now you can go there and take a tour. You can learn all about the history and the beers that they make. The one thing that always impressed me, though, is if you go almost anywhere in Pennsylvania and you order a lager, chances are you will get a Yuengling traditional lager. Even though lager is just really a style of beer, most know when you say lager, what do you want?
You want a Yuengling.
That's right. And Dick Yuengling planned it that way.
The lager brand, when we came out with that, our name's a little hard to say. I mean, you can't say Bud or something. That's so simple. As for a Bud or a Miller or a Coors, that the Yuengling name, when you get outside the local areas, is difficult, and sometimes people don't want to embarrass themselves by not being able to properly pronounce the name of the beer they want. So we just said, call it lager. And it started in Philadelphia. They'd say, give me a trail load of traditional amber lager. I said, just call it lager. Just say, give me a load of lager, and get people used to saying that. And it caught on. It caught on more locally and in the Pennsylvania market in general.
And once again, if you haven't heard, it's back. Yuengling's Hershey Chocolate Porter for a second year, third year. It's back for another year. So there you go. There's our road stop. Our virtual road stop on the Pour Tour is Yuengling Brewery. And I'll tell you, I gotta admit again, I'm sorry. Never been down there for the tour. We've never been down there for the tour. No, we'll have to go. It's so hard. Making TV magic takes a lot of time. I keep on saying, we've never been there. Well, we gotta start going there.
Have to grab my dad and take him for the tour.
Oh, he would love it, and maybe we will. We'll maybe do it Father's Day or something. Because when's his birthday? I don't even know.
September.
Right, it passed. That's right, it passed. Okay. Yeah, so I'll have to wait. Father's Day, maybe.
There you go.
So there you go. There's the stop on the Pour Tour. And I would like to thank all the other stops on Schuylkill County's Pour Tour that have come on with us and allowed us to showcase their wares so far. You got the Jagaz Distillery, Pilgaroo, Black Rock, and Stoker's. And we got more coming in the next show. So Schuylkill.org. Check it out. dining, lodging, plenty of things to do, and of course, their now legendary pour tour. Go take it. Go through it. There's a lot of great breweries and wineries on that tour, and of course, there is Yuengling. I mean, we've got to be proud of that, Again, another thing that Pottsville's doing right, like I said last show.
Yep.
All the other towns got to get on board with this. Step up! Pottsville got it. They're miles ahead of everybody. The beers that we've had so far, Pottsville got stuff going on all the time now. As far as craft beer goes, it's becoming like the mecca of northeastern Pennsylvania for beer. Yeah. Craft beer, yeah. So, what's your favorite Yuengling product? Are you still a lager girl?
I like light lager.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once in a while, I could go for a Lord Chesterfield ale. That's a nice ale made like it's supposed to be. Kind of like traditional. So, all right, don't go away. We got a little bit more Wine Hops and Road Stops coming up after the break. We'll see you then. That's all the time we have on Wine Hops and Road Stops. Thank you very much, everyone, for tuning in, watching us, talking to us on Facebook. Facebook.com/Wine Hops and Road Stops is our Facebook page. And twice a week, it's a lovely woman over here, my co-host, my best friend, my wife, Desiree, posts. What do you post?
I post Fun Fact Friday.
Yeah.
And Warm Up Wednesday.
Warm Up Wednesday. Every Wednesday, we do something that I love.
Yeah, we post a drink recipe to get you warmed up for the weekend.
That's right. It started in the winter of last year, I believe, because, wanted to keep warm. And we just, so popular, just kept it going through the summer. Warming up, we need a little bit more before we go?
Yeah, please. Yeah, we were warming up for, because it was winter, and then we were warming up for the weekend, and now we're back to just warming up.
Yeah, just warm up. It's not too bad out, though, yet. But cold weather's coming, so keep yourself warm with a good beer or a good wine. Drink what some of you love. We'll see you next time on Wine Hops and Road Stops.